Okay, so let's see here. So I completed exercise 1, so I'm going to go next. So there are 5 steps here. So it says exercise, customize pop-ups with Arcade. Now that you have styled your map, you will create an informative pop-up for the farmers markets. You will use Arcade to incorporate information from other map layers into the pop-up. The pop-up information including what percentage of the population lives below the poverty level in the same tract as the selected market, and how many SNAP accepting store locations are within walking distance in the market, will help the farmers market cooperative decide which locations to target for accessibility programs. Note, this exercise builds on previous exercise results. If necessary, complete the create and style a web map exercise before continuing. Yeah, I already did that one. Estimated completion time 120 minutes. Now, I'm just curious, what was the estimated completion time for this? 100 minutes. So it looks like it might take a little bit longer, but I think I'm kind of done. Okay. To complete these exercises, you need the following: ArcGIS Online organizational account, a publisher role or equivalent. Okay, next. Step 1. Edit default pop-ups. The layers in your map already have pop-ups configured to share information about their default attributes. You want pop-ups turned on only for the farmers market layers, so you will first disable pop-ups for the other layers. Then you will customize the farmers market's pop-ups. Because the pop-ups are meant to convey information about each farmers market, you will start by displaying important facts about each market. If you previously closed ArcGIS Online, reopen the farmers market food access map and map viewer. In the layers pane, expand the ACS poverty status group if necessary, and click the district boundary layer to make it active. There. Okay. On the settings toolbar, click pop-ups. Oh, there it is. In the pop-ups pane, turn off the enable pop-ups option. And let me split the screen. Okay. Let me collapse this. Turn off pop-ups for the Snap Store locations layer and both tracked layers. Disable pop-ups for that one, that one, and that one. The only layer that should have pop-ups enabled now is the farmers market layer. In the pop-ups pane, click the layer selection menu and set USDA farmers market directory as the active layer. The current pop-up is an unformatted list of attributes contained in the layer. You saw this list earlier in the table as well. First, you will format the title of the pop-up. In the pop-ups pane, expand title. The current title has 2 parts. The first part of the title is static and will appear the same in each pop-up. The second part of the title, encased in curly brackets, is an attribute field. Inserting an attribute field allows you to display feature-specific information in the pop-up. Delete National Farmers Directory, from the beginning of the text title, so that only the attribute remains. So let me make this full screen so I can see all the things. So delete that. Alright, and then from the fields list, click the options button and choose delete. Done. Delete. You can now add custom elements to the pop-up using an Arcade script. Above title, click Attribute Expressions, and then in the Attribute Expressions pane, click Add Expression. An Arcade Editor window appears. You will write and test an expression in this window. Note, the expression builder for pop-up supports several functions that are not supported in labeling and symbology. Therefore, expressions written for layer functionality other than pop-ups will not be available in the pop-up builder. Okay. In the Arcade Editor, in the expression window, delete the default text. On the right side of the Arcade Editor, in the action bar, click the Suggestions button. Hint, if necessary, click the Expand button to view the labels for the action bar buttons. A Suggestions panel opens. In the existing section, expressions that are already being used in either the current profile or another profile are listed so that you can copy some or all of an existing expression into a new expression. Additionally, any templates in your profile will appear in the Suggestions panel. The public assistance category expression that you created earlier will be reused in the farmers market pop-up. In the suggestions panel, under existing, click the public assistance category expression. The default text is replaced by the ArcGIS expression that you used earlier to set custom symbology for the farmers markets layer. At the top left, rename the expression public assistance category public assistance category pop up text. View result, click done. The expression is added to the attribute expressions pane and can now be added to the pop-up. In the attribute expressions pane, click the back button. You will add the expression to a text field and then add more contextual information. In the pop-ups pane, click add content. Where does it say add content? There it is. Okay, add content. In that content menu, click text. A blank text editor appears. Type the following text in the text editor box. This market is located at. Next, you will add attribute fields that will pull in the location of the market. Inserting an attribute field allows you to display feature-specific information in the pop-up. For example, when you click on a market on the map, a city field displays the name of the city that the market is in. Press the spacebar and type street in the box. Street. A list of attributes updates as you type. From the list, choose street. Hint, you can also print the tab key to auto-complete the attribute with the first item in the list. Press enter and add the attribute city, state, zip, separated by commas. I need to capitalize state, zip. Press enter again and type expression. Expression and choose public assistance category. Pop up text. There. View result, highlight expression 0, click the bold button or press Ctrl B and click OK. View result. The example pop-up shows the new configuration. Click a few different farmers markets on the map to review the appearance of the pop-up. Save the map. Okay. Says so here, open air farmers market. Says this market is located at Oklahoma Avenue and Benning Road, Northeast Washington District of Columbia. Save the map. Save. Next. Step 2. Add poverty status data to the pop-up. Now that your pop-up shows relevant information for each farmer's market, you will add contextual information to add decision-making. For each farmer's market, it would be helpful to understand how many people in the same census tract receive food assistance, and can benefit from that market accepting SNAP and WIC. You will write another ArcGIS expression using the intersect function to create a location-based relationship between the farmer's markets and the poverty layer. In the pop-ups pane, click attribute expressions, and then click add expression. In the ArcGIS editor, rename the new expression poverty rate in the tract in which the market is located. Poverty rate in the tract in which the market is located. In this expression, you will create a variable named POV to pull in poverty data from the ArcGIS poverty status variables layer. In the expression window, delete the default text and type var POV equals to create the new variable POV. This variable will represent the ArcGIS poverty status variables boundaries layer. On the right side of the ArcGIS editor in the action bar, click the profile variables button X. In the Profiles Variables panel for the map item, click the Item Expand button. Item Expand. For the map item, it says a collection of layers in the same map as the feature whose pop-up is displayed in the view. This only applies to feature service layers. Under Layers, expand the tracked item. Under Tracked, click the Feature Set by ID function. And click that. Feature Set by ID. Wait a minute, there's two of them. Which one do I want? The feature. The feature set by ID function creates a feature set from a feature layer based on its layer ID within a feature or ID based on its layer ID within a map or feature service. The function has two required parameters: feature set collection set as $map, in this instance an ID, which is the ID of the layer within the given map, set as 18650 EF619B, layer 6 in this instance, but this will differ for you. Layers added to the variable. The rest of the function that you write will pull data from the specified layer. Press enter to start a new line. So go to the end here, press enter. On the second line, type return POV and click run. In the output panel, the results of executing the ArcGIS expressions appear. At the top of the results, the data type is returned, which in this case is feature set. Before you may have noticed that most data type results were text because the previous expressions were returning text. A type of feature set means that potentially more than one feature from this layer is a valid result. The test result also shows several rows of the property status as layers attribute table, in this case the first 100 items. In the expression window, click the beginning of line 2 and press enter to move the return POV statement to the third line. On the blank second line, type var POV underscore tracked equals intersects $feature. Move this to the side. $feature POV. There. This line will return the first tract that the farmer's market intersects with, and then stop computing, which will save a split second of processing time. Also force the type to be feature instead of feature set. Move the return statement to the fourth line. On the third blank line, type the following code, including the period: var POV rate equals POV tracked. Using dot notation, you will call the field B17020 calc PCT POV E from within the track that was the result of line 2. In the Profiles variable panel, expand the map item. Let's see here. And then under Layers, expand the tracked button. Under field names, locate and click B17020 underscore calc. Underscore calc PCT POV E. We don't want M. M is for margin of error, which has an alias of percent of population whose income in the past 12 months is below poverty level. Here, I'm going to search for this. B17020 underscore calc PCT POVE. Says no items. Oh, there's the field names. Okay, the variable is added to the third line of the expression pane, which now reads var pov rate equals, let's see here, this is easier to read, okay. Which now reads var pov tracked equals, which now reads var pov rate equals pov tract dot B170 calc ECT POVE. On the fourth line, change the return variable to return pov rate and click run. View result. The final expression will look similar. I think some of the parentheses aren't in the. This should be first intersects first run. Okay, good. It gave me a number. So on the fourth line, change the. Okay, the final expression will look similar to the following expression, but using the layer ID. Warning, if you copy and paste this expression into your ArcGIS editor, make sure to change the ID parameter in the feature set by ID function to map the feature set by ID function to match the ID for the layer on your map through the profile variables panel as you did earlier. This identifier is unique to the layer on your map. In the ArcGIS editor, click Done. You will now return to the text content that you added to the farmer's market pop-up in the previous step. From the attribute expressions pane, click the back button to return to the pop-ups pane. Locate the text content item that you added previously and click Edit Text to open the text editor. Edit text. In the text editor, add a new line and type expression and click poverty rate in the tract in which the market let me just look at that again. So maybe I should unbold this, so this should be maybe like expression. This is poverty tract for poverty rate in the tract. Oh wait, maybe I was supposed to name this differently. Cancel. I go to attribute expressions. Wait a minute, I thought this was named so why does it say this here, but then down here it says, I think that's a little confusing. So I'm just going to click cancel here. Go back, go to edit text, and then click enter, unbold. Okay, do expression, a new line and type expression, poverty rate in the tract, where the market is located. After the expression, type or copy and paste the text. % of people in this tract had income below the federal poverty level. And I guess this needs to be bold. Bold. If necessary, highlight the fourth line and remove the bold formatting. Oh, I guess I do need to remove the bold formatting. Bold, undo. Click OK. The pop-up now shows how many people below the poverty level live in each tract. Save the map. So go here, save. Save. Next. Let's see how many steps have I completed. Now I'm on step 3. Just have step 3, add race and ethnicity data to the pop-up. Next, you add race and ethnicity data for the tracts in which farmers markets are located. Using similar logic as the intersects expression that you used in the previous step, you will create 8 expressions to show the racial breakdown of the population in each tract. You will show this information in the pop-up as a bar chart. The expressions will show the percentage of the population that belongs to the following groups based on ACS data. Hispanic and Latino, white alone, not Hispanic or Latino, black or African American alone, not Hispanic or Latino, Asian alone, not Hispanic or Latino. Just test it real quick. Okay. American Indian and Alaska Native alone, not Hispanic or Latino, Native American or other Pacific Islander alone, not Hispanic or Latino, some other race alone, not Hispanic or Latino, two other races, not Hispanic or Latino. In the pop-ups pane, click Attribute Expressions, and then click Add Expression. Title the new expression, % Hispanic Latino. % Hispanic Latino. We need to capitalize that. Okay. I think you will add in and modify your previous expression rather than write a new expression. Delete the default text from the expression window. So I'm going to do Control A, backspace. From the action bar, click the Suggestions button. Open the Profile Variables panel, and for dollar map, click the Item Expand button. Right, it says under Existing, click Poverty Rate in the tract where the market is located. So click that. The function is added to the expression window. You will now edit the function to show the percentage of the tract population that is Hispanic. Replace the first line with var race layer. Var race layer equals open the profile variables. Oops, that should be an underscore, not a dash. Okay. Open the profile variables panel, and for $map, expand the item button. So I'm trying to I don't know why it's not going back. Okay, there. Okay, it's being slow. Alright, there. So now, how do I get to that? Maybe I need to go back. Close suggestions. Click X maybe. Profile variables, $map. Click the item expand button. Under layers for tract race, click the item expand button and choose the feature set ID and choose the feature set by ID function. On the second line, rename the variable race tract. So maybe just make this full screen. I think it might be easier to edit in full screen. Race tract. And change the second argument of the intersect statement to race layer. This should be underscore. Oh, no. No. Is there a way to undo all that? On the second line, rename the variable race tract and change the second argument of the intersect statement to race layer. Race layer. Okay. On the third line, rename the variable race rate and set the variable equal to race tract. So I just need to replace POV right there. Put the cursor right there. Okay, delete the existing field after the period. Return to the profile variables panel and select B03002 calc PCT Hispalat-E, which has an alias of percent of population that is Hispanic or Latino. Percent percent of population of there. And then the variable is added to the third line of the expression pane, which now reads as follows: var race rate equals racetrack.b03002 calc PCT Hispalat-E. On the fourth line, change the return variable to return race rate and click run. Oh, whoops. See, did that work? Run. Something's not working here. Oh, I see what the problem is. This is nested, so this should just be, if I go back, one. Okay. Run. There. Okay, good. Now, your expression should look similar to the following expression, but with your layer ID. Click Done. Alright, now, the expression is added to the attribute expressions pane. Using the same process, add new expressions and modify the existing percent Hispanic expression for the following groups. Okay, field name. Hint, use the suggestions panel to modify a previously saved expression and use the statement on line 3 to change the attribute field used from the tracked race layer. Now that you have brought the data into the farmer's market layer, you'll use the chart to compare the racial and ethnic breakdown of the tracks. In the attributes expression pane, click the back button. Okay, that's going to take a while. I wonder if there's just a way to like, duplicate this or something. I guess not. Okay, I just have to add expression. So we're gonna have percent white alone. Okay, there's percent white alone. Field alias white alone non-Hispanic. So I need to copy the field. Now, would the ID be the same across all of them? I'm just going to click Done. This might work. Done. and then this one should be dot there. Let me run this, see what I get. Okay, good. Done. Here is the ID, and then this will be % black alone. Oops. Okay. I feel like maybe that's even kind of a too high rate, but okay, well, I want to manually add that. Oh, click on X, $map, tracked race. Here, I'm gonna have to pause. Okay, so I found this B0300 Cal PCT Black E, % of population that is Black or African American alone, not Hispanic or Latino. I'm going to insert that and click done, and then I can reopen this one and run it. Done. Now with this one, if I click run, 3.9 seems to be different than why am I getting 5.6 but then I'm getting 83? It just is kind of confusing. But anyways, okay, add expression. So whoops, I do % Asian alone. Done. Add expression. % American Indian Alaska Native alone. There. Done. % Native Hawaiian other Pacific Islander. There. Add expression. Click done. % other race alone. Add expression. Done. % two or more races. Done. So I did black, now I need to do Asian. So basically what I can do is copy this, and I just need to done like for this, change the field name, and I think that's it. So now if I run this here, oops, there. So I'm going to copy and paste this. Okay, so let's see here. So I'm just copying and pasting this. Other race alone. There, done. 2 or more races. Done. Okay, so now I need to go to Asian. Make sure I have the right field here. But just there. Okay. Run. Done there. Now Indian. Control C. Control V. Run. Number 0. Hawaiian. Oh, I forgot to paste that. Okay, let me scroll down and paste that. Okay, and then run that. 0, done. Other race alone. Done. 2 or more races. Done. Hint. Use the suggestions panel to modify a previously saved expression, and use the statement on line 3 to change the attribute field used in the tracked race layer. Now that you have brought the data into the farmer's market layer, you use a chart to compare the racial and ethnic breakdown of the tracks. In the attribute expressions pane, click the back button. Click add content and choose chart. Add content, chart. The configure chart window appears. Click select fields. Here you can see it. Oh, here it is, select fields. In the select fields window, choose all 8 of the percent expressions that you created and then click done. This one, this one. This one, this one, this one. This one, this one, and this one. In the configure chart pane, click done. The bar chart is added to the example pop-up. So let's see here. Oh, no, don't X the thing out. That was close, I almost X'd out the thing. Doesn't have labels. Wait, what? Let's see here. So the bar chart is added to the example pop-up. Pointing to each bar shows the field it represents in the percentage. You will add a title and information for users. In the pop-ups menu, in the pop-ups pane under media for title type racial and ethnic composition of this census tract. For description type, point to a bar for more information. The title and description are updated in the pop-up as well. Click various farmers market features in Washington, D.C. and notice how the demographics in the charts change depending on which tract the farmers market is located in. Save the map. Alright, so let's see here. Click on that one. Why is nothing happening? I gotta zoom in more here. For some reason, this is not letting me click on this. Well, let me save the project. It does say save the map. Well, maybe if I reload. If I click on this one right here. Oh, there it is. Okay. It says racial and ethnic composition of this census tract. Point to a bar for more information. There, that's better. Okay, so now I go say click on that one. Seems to take some time to load, so it's not the best. So click next. Okay, so now I've finished 3 out of 5 steps. Let's see here. Step 4, add name and count of stores near markets. In the final arcade expression, you will create a list of retail stores that are within a 0.17 mile radius and accept SNAP. The distance of 0.175 miles roughly represents walkability from the market. To set the 0.75 radius in the expression, you will create a radius variable using the buffer function. As with previous expressions, you will use the intersects function, but this time you combine it with the count function and add it to a for loop. The for loop will ensure that the expression repeats until each store location within the buffer is counted. In the pop-ups pane, click Attribute Expressions and then click Add Expression. Add expression. Oops, here. Type the title of the new expression, count of SNAP retailers within a 0.175 mile radius. Okay, here. Let me add a 0 there. Alright. You'll create a variable called retail layer on line 1. Delete the default text, and on the first line type var retail layer equals open the profile variables panel, expand the $map item, and then expand Snap Store locations and click the feature set by ID item. On line 2, create the following radius variable. Var radius equals buffer $features 0.75 miles. Var radius equals buffer $ feature 0.75 miles. This variable will be a 0.75 mile ring around each farmer's market using the buffer function. In the same way that you combined the first and intersects functions earlier, you will now combine the count and intersects function to get the count of snap retail locations that intersect your 0.75 mile buffer. On line 3, or just basically the next line, create the retail count variable and set it equal to count intersects retail layer right there, retail layer radius okay. On line 4, return the retail count and then click run. Well, if I we have an error here, something's not working. Why isn't it like that? You have to put a space there. You have to put a space there. Oh, I think I have to put var. Okay. There. Run. Okay. On line 4, return the retail count and then click run. Your code should resemble the following code with your own layer ID replacing 1864 CC0 DA8 BD layer 43 shown below in the feature set by ID function. Click done to save the expression. Add another expression and title it list of snap retailers within a 0.75 mile radius. I'm just going to copy and paste this. Delete the default text in the expression window. Open the suggestions panel and choose count of snap retailers within a 0.75 mile radius. On line 3, change the variable name to nearby stores. Nearby stores. And remove both the count function and its parentheses. Delete the return statement on line 4. On line 5, create a variable called retail list as a blank string variable by assigning it to be equal to empty single quotation marks. Var retail list equals empty quotes. This will be the start of your list of stores. On line 6, create a for loop calling var k in the nearby stores variable, and then type an opening curly bracket and press enter. For var k in nearby stores. This for loop creates a counter variable that will iterate through all your records in nearby stores. You may have noticed that when you type the opening bracket, a corresponding closing bracket appeared on the same line. This prompts you to type between the brackets the action that will be taken with each of these records in nearby stores. You add the blank list using retail list plus equals, which means the information from each additional record will be added to the end of this list. On line 7, use dot notation to pull the store name field from the snap store locations layer. Hint, use the new line text formatting so that each store appears on a different line. Equals k dot store name plus text formatting dot new line. On line 9, return the retail list variable and then click run. Return retail list, run. Click done, return to the pop-ups pane and add a new text element. Click add content, text, add the two new count and list expressions by typing or pasting the following text and using your expression identifiers. If different, there are expression 10 stores that accept SNAP within 0.75 miles of this market. They are, click OK. Pop-ups now include the count and names of stores close to each market. The pop-ups contain information to help the farmers market cooperative make decisions. Before you save the map, you will turn off the 2 contextual layers so that users can control them from the final app. In the layers pane, turn off both tracked layers. Okay, let me see here. Turn off this. Save the map. Save. Next. Step 5, configure the web map to share. You are finally ready to build your app. The most important data for users to see in the app are the farmers markets and pop-ups. You also want users to see the contextual layers that you added. The app template that you will be using will allow you to show these features. On the contents toolbar, click share map. Share map. In the share window, choose everyone, public, and click save. Note, if you do not see the everyone public option, your administrator has not granted you permissions to share content to members outside the organization. In that case, choose one of the other options. On the contents toolbar, click create app and choose instant apps. So it says click create app and choose instant. Where'd it go? Create app, instant apps. Okay, here. A new browser tab opens that displays the ArcGIS instant app templates. Each app template is meant to create a focused experience. These templates allow you to place a map into a template that creates a polished, interactive experience for your map's audience. You're interested in showcasing your map alongside a legend, the pop-up, and some basic information in a side panel. On the Instant Apps homepage, in the Search App Capabilities field, type Panel and choose Panel, which should be the first result. Search App Capabilities, Panel. I see Sidebar. Okay. Choose that, I guess. The Create App window appears. On the sidebar card, click Choose. The Create App window appears. For the title, type Inclusive Farmers Markets Viewing App, and then click Create App. This title will appear in your ArcGIS content. The default app configuration opens to the Express setup, which guides you through the fewest essential options. To access all the configuration settings, you would turn off Express. Note, you may see onboarding popover windows, which are intended to familiarize you with the main features of the Instant Apps Editor. Click through the popovers to read the information about each feature, and then click Done. So, where is it? Okay, and then click Create App. On the Express pane, click Step 2, About. I don't see anything here. What's going on here? It said don't close it, but suddenly I don't see anything. So maybe it's in my content. Go to ArcGIS Online. I'm gonna close Teams because it's really slow. End task. ArcGIS Online. So I want to find my content, my profile, items, view all. It's in ArcGIS Labs. Here it is, the Instant App. Okay. Let's click View. All right. In the Express pane, click Step 2, About. Maybe I need to click Configure. Okay, Express. Browse all settings. Use Express mode to focus on the most essential settings for the app. Turn off Express to browse and configure all of the available app settings. So wait, do I want Express on or off? Next. Search settings. Find a setting in the app. Click Search Settings and type a keyword to find and go directly to a specific option in the configuration panel. Okay, so do I want to change anything for this? Verify. Okay, I guess turn this off. Turn off Express mode. It says Express mode focuses on the most important options to consider for this app. Turning off Express mode will provide access to all of the settings supported by the app. Continue. So here I'm going to click About. Verify the header is turned on and change app title to current status. Let me go back to Express. Continue. App title to current status. The top of the app preview changes to reflect the new title. But I don't want that. The top of the app preview changes to reflect the new title. Next, you would choose which information panels to show in the sidebar. Click Next. The app already includes panels for the legend, pop-ups, and map details. You will also include the layer list panel so that users can show and hide layers based on the data that they are interested in. For example, users could view the two tracked layers separately. Turn on layer list. You can select specific layers to include in the layer list panel. If you do not select any layers, all will be shown. You will accept this default. Click Next. In interactivity settings, turn off search. Click Next. In the theme and layout settings, you can change the color scheme and choose where to position tools on the app screen. Currently, map tools are aligned next to one another on one side of the app. This works for your app, so you will not change those settings. However, you will change the theme because the dark symbols in your legend are not legible in the dark theme. For selected mode, choose light. As you change the configuration, the app automatically saves the updates. Click Publish and then click Confirm. Publish and confirm. Your changes have been published. Success. A success message confirms that your app has been published. Before sharing the app, you need to add the information that populates the details panel, which automatically uses the text from the map's description. You will edit the item details for the map. Close the share window. In the Express pane, click Step 1 Map and then click the View Item Details link. The Maps item page opens in a new browser tab. Anything that you add to the description section will display in the app's details pane, so you will add information about navigating the app. For description, click the Edit button. Type or copy and paste the following text and then click Save. This app shows the location of farmers markets and other stores in the Washington, D.C. area where food assistance is accepted. Click the diamonds on the map to see information about each farmers market, including the types of food assistance it accepts and the demographics of the area it serves. For more reference, turn on the Legend and Layers panels to view contextual data on the map. Now that this description will appear in your app, you are ready to share it for analysis. Close the item page and return to the configuration window for your app. In the configuration panel on the left, click Share. In the share window, click Change Shared Settings, choose Everyone Public and click Save. Note, if you do not see Everyone Public, choose a different sharing level. Click Exit and then click Exit again to confirm. The app's item page opens. You could provide additional item details such as a summary, description, and terms of use. Click View to open your app. In the app, click the Details button to see the new description in the side panel. Close ArcGIS to test the app. Click Farmers Market symbols to view pop-up information in the side panel and turn the tracked layers on and off. I'll click on this one right here. Oh, I have to click a diamond. Yeah. Close ArcGIS Online and any other open browser tabs. You are now ready to present your app to the Farmers Market Cooperative. During the meeting, you could demonstrate how the app would help with making informed decisions or recommendations. For example, you could use the app to explore the following question. Of the farmers markets that do not currently accept SNAP or WIC benefits, which 2 or 3 might you recommend to begin accepting food benefits? After reviewing the app data, you might recommend Stanton and Turner Open Air Farmers Market around Douglas Dwellings, which is a farmers market that does not currently accept WIC or SNAP, but is an area with a higher percentage of both Black or African American residents and residents living below the poverty line. There is no one right answer, but answers should consider poverty rate, racial and ethnic composition, count and type of stores, full-service grocery stores such as Safeway and Giant, as opposed to convenience stores such as 7-Eleven and drugstores such as CSV, quality of nearby SNAP retailers, and possibly farmer markets' hours of operation. I don't want to close all the browsing things. Quiz. This quiz tests the knowledge and skills that you learned in each activity. You must correctly answer 4 or 5 questions to pass this quiz and receive your certificate of completion. An analysis is creating a web map in ArcGIS Online. Which visual element can the analyst adjust to blend data from one layer into the base map so that it is visible but does not block point data from another layer? Layer effects, symbology, visible range, transparency. Which value is required for the feature set by ID function to retrieve geographic attribute information from a hosted web layer? Web map ID, web map name, layer ID, layer name. Layer ID. A user is creating a web app using ArcGIS Instant Apps. Which action should the user take to access all the configuration settings? Enable the position manager. Enable the position manager. Disable the express setup. That's the correct answer. Select a preset theme. Enable the express setup. An analyst is creating a web map in ArcGIS Online and, after adding several layers, notices that the data extends beyond the area of interest. Which action should the analyst take to show the desired area? Modify the layer style. Configure the layer pop-up. Filter the layer features. Filter the layer features is correct. Configure clustering on the layer features. Which part of the following ArcGIS arcade expression adds the expression value to the pop-up? A street. The market is located at street, city, state, zip, expression, XBR 0. XBR 0. That's the correct answer. Why can't I click next? I guess I have to click submit. Submit. Yeah, you passed. You answered 5 out of 5 questions correctly and have now completed all activities. So I passed the quiz. Congratulations. Okay, stop recording.